back as we fill your mind with spooky true crime stories of the deranged, unhinged, and absolute pure evil murders that will blow your mind. Some places we will visit to show you around and educate you on the history. Other times we will bring you to the paranormal because the dead never lie silent for too long.
Be the last time anybody sees us alive. I don't know where she has us, but we're gonna get fucking killed.
Hello? Gina, there is a beehive over there. Do you see that in the hole?
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Welcome to 50 States of Madness.
Okay, so we are here with, again, the lovely ladies of 50 States of Madness. This was too good to be true for me to not give these ladies some insight into this. I didn't want to do this alone. I thought, why not bring in the ladies of 50 States of Madness? Possibly. I don't know if this is legit or not. Again, this is all came to me. This person had wrote me on Instagram by the name of Nicole Gutowski. I'm guessing it's Jim's last name. The title for the Twitter says, first of all, I loved a man, a bad man. I've done things I'm not proud of. I did wrong, so don't ask. I have a new life with the love of my life, Jim. Work from home from the new company of Oxy. So apparently I looked into Oxy. It's another well refinery company. But again, I don't know if this is completely true or not. But they have done some, I wouldn't say threatening, but they have said some words to me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go into with the girls of Madness and we're going to discuss. So here we are.
Let's dissect that.
Yeah.
Did you want to throw that up so they can see?
Yep, we can show it here just for a second. I'll post it up here. So if you guys can let me know if you guys can see this.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you see all of it or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The top of the Oxy, not really, but it's it's good. We can see all the right. It's actually very clear.
Okay. So obviously we can see her picture.
Yes.
From what she possibly looks like. The only thing that bothers me the most is, well, I think it's funny, is she says she's in Wisconsin. That's obviously because where Jim lives.
Yes.
We also see that it was joined this year of January, which we still are in January. Yeah. There's 10 followers and 1 follower. So right off the bat, I was kind of shocked to see this, but at the same time I looked into it, I was like, this could be a fan just saying some BS, possibly made a clip or so forth and just was spouting off and saying some nasty stuff.
I have but when I saw that picture, and maybe I just don't remember, but as many times as I've looked up pictures of her, I've never seen that picture of her on social media. Where was that picture found?
So this picture is new.
Yes.
The only thing I don't like about it is I must obviously have been looking at a lot of pictures when it comes to AI generated photos, which this kind of looks that way.
Yeah.
Again, I can't physically state because when I put the picture, when I copy and paste and throw it into Google, nothing pops up. So I did my own research. I tried to look into this person to see if it is Nicole, which again, I would doubt that she would come to me of all people.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, you're saying, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I look at some of this, she wrote, you have no clue what happened. You're a piece of S.
Oh, is that what that means? I don't know. I thought maybe she didn't finish. She didn't write out the whole word of poser or something.
That's what I thought at first, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is piece of sh.
Oh, okay. Got
and
it.
she tells me to stop telling lies. And then she wrote, you lie so much, you're getting, where are you getting? Well, first of all, you said she spelled where.
And that's the thing that sticks out to me is there's a lot of these little slip-ups where there's not correct punctuation, capitalization, spelling, grammar.
This could be
a lot of it's off. Even in her bio, if you look at the little bio, and you read that,
so
it kind of looks like maybe like a 10 or 11-year-old wrote it.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly that this could be possibly somebody under the age of 18. I mean, there are times that I've screwed up myself and put were instead of
Yeah.
where. So I mean, that could be a typo.
But
But
there's
would
not
you
even
really?
an R after it. Like,
Yeah.
where are you getting this? Like, where are you getting
Yeah.
this? Like, we're missing words here too.
And then the at is Nick Kessinger. I doubt that would be on there too, because if she made this and then people would start finding this, that's just complete, I think, hogwash.
Well, I
And
think
do you think-
she spent so much time hiding out and hiding her identity and hiding where she is to all of a sudden surface just to talk shit to people who are posting videos. I'm curious to know how many other people did you click on who she's following? What other
She's following 10 people.
is it any other YouTube channels?
So the funny thing is she's following What's the Obsession, True Crime.
Mm-hmm.
She's following Behind Criminal Minds, a Killa Manga, a Tara, a Joey, a Jim, True Crime Gal, True Crime Caledonia Kitty, Fox News, and Elon Musk.
Wow.
So I just kind of was like, you know what? I just need to figure out this. I honestly, again, 90%, 99.9%, I don't think this is Nicole.
Well, I want to tell you, the first thing that stuck out to me was her bio, because if she is trying to hide and keep herself hidden from everybody, that bio,
Screams
I did a
desperation.
bad thing.
Yeah, like I just don't feel like that would be the words that she would choose. That would be something she wouldn't want to talk about. She would want to talk about something else and portray herself as something else.
Exactly.
I don't know. But honestly, you don't know. She clearly knows how to play mind games, and so you don't know. You really don't know.
There is a posting she did post 2 days ago on this Twitter, which she did write me again. What did she say? Where did that go? I was tempted to follow it, but at the same time I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But it stated, where did it go? Look at you lie so much. Where are you getting all your BS? Karma is a B.
And when was that Twitter account opened?
It says January, so obviously
okay.
Yeah, so just recently, in the last 2 weeks, probably.
Yeah, the 2 weeks.
Okay, no, because I was a little confused, and that's on me. The first one you put up, for some reason, I thought it was like a YouTube channel type. She was like, people make comments on from our YouTube channel. So this is all strictly from Twitter, them reaching out to you.
It is.
Okay.
It does say on that 15th, though, it does say too, she goes, never intended for any of this to happen. Don't be fooled into thinking that I had any involvement. Chris acted independently, and if there was assistant, it wasn't from me. I wasn't present at all. All details, past, present, and future, will be clarified in my upcoming book in bookstores in June 2024.
Okay, if a book comes out in June 2024, then we'll know it was the
Confirmation.
Exactly. I'll be buying that book just to read about this.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't heard about her writing a book, but who am I,
But what would it be titled?
If I did it, just like OJ's book.
I don't see this. Yeah, if I did this, or I wasn't involved, I don't know.
I just can't even see her writing a book right now, just because of all the controversy and putting yourself out there and risking it. Because even though you've been technically so-called cleared right now, there's no double jeopardy on her. She wasn't brought to the courts. They deemed her innocent. So she can always, murder. You can always be taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always be
And-
charged. Is
And
what
I
I'm
found out
saying.
too
So,
that she did not get immunity.
yeah.
I found out that she didn't get immunity. She just went. And I did talk with you guys prior before we started this, which I wanted to let the viewers know that we talked briefly beforehand, and
Yeah.
that you guys didn't know about the whole big discrepancy right now that's between which I talked to behind Criminal Minds. I talked to, I can't remember his name offhand. I want to say Nathan, but it's not Nathan. I can't remember his name offhand, but he posted a video not too long ago. That video was beautifully done. I saved it, so I have it just in case. But I saved it. I cried. I was an emotional roller coaster for myself. And it pretty much shows.
Which video was it?
I will show you guys later.
Okay.
We had to take it down
Oh.
because the DA, I'm not going to say his name just for legal purposes. The DA that's currently in there, his wife had a podcast, and he had stated in there that he doesn't watch anybody that's monetized or anything like that, because we are our junior detectives looking to play criminal justice. We don't know what we're talking about. We're behind an anonymous keyboard, sitting on our couches and playing judge.
Hi, my name's Shannon, not really anonymous.
Yeah, I
exactly.
mean,
Who are you,
my
dear?
face is plastered all over every week. I don't know how this is anonymous, but
Probably we're not anonymous, but go on.
no.
But the
Right
funny
here.
thing is his wife's podcast had an ad in it for some type of medical stuff to take to make yourself better in mood and to be rejuvenated. But it's just funny that he talks about us being monetized, and
Isn't that the definition of monetized? Is when you have ads, like,
but she has a YouTube channel,
yeah.
which I'm not going to post it on there. But just miraculously, luckily mine wasn't what's it called? Copyright striked. I took it down before because all my viewers had come to me saying, you got to take your video down because Behind Criminal Minds just got a copyright strike because the content that was in there was deemed defamation or defamation.
Oh, defamation.
Was a defamation of her reputation. So he had to remove it.
But that's her podcast, though. That's her talking, right?
It's free. It's free to use. She posted on her YouTube channel, which her YouTube channel is not monetized. But then again, found out through other people that video that she posted of that podcast was removed. So I think it's still on Apple and Spotify for free. But if you post it on the internet and it's not monetized or anything like that, and this guy used to be a lawyer, I still think this guy is the lawyer today. He made sure that he was using this audio as fair game, chopped up and used it like he was supposed to, and he knew what he was doing, and it got claimed, gave him a copyright strike. I removed mine, but then the funny thing is people came to me afterwards and stated that they saw that her video was removed because he pretty much stated in there that we can't catch all bad guys. What can you do? We're only human. Stop asking about me going after Nicole. It's not going to happen. Get over it. He literally almost said those words verbatim.
Wow.
That's really interesting.
He's like, we're not going to get all the bad guys. I don't know what you want us to do. We got the bad guy.
But did you?
And then we found out
you got one
on,
of them.
Well, you got one of them, but then we found out later on that the mom, Mrs. Rusek, wanted the death penalty. She wanted the death penalty for Chris, but the DA didn't want to do it because it would take more time and more effort and more money.
And then it would take more digging because they need to show more proof.
Yes.
So they would dig further and they'd find out that they need to bring somebody else to justice. And that
everything would have to be submitted about Nicole.
Is a lot of work for them. Plus, did he ever verify or say anything about the connection between her and the who was the guy who had come out previously and said we're not going after her because Chris confessed so quickly? Who was that guy? was he the district attorney? The
Rourke?
DA, what was his name?
Rourke, DA Rourke.
Rourke?
Rourke is the one that's pretty much muting everything now, and his wife.
I'll get a picture of the guy, and
Okay.
you tell me afterwards if that's the one who came out. Was he the one who came out and spoke to the media like days after?
Yes. Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah. Didn't they find out, or wasn't there an episode that you did where there was some sort of connection with the father to the DA?
Yep, well, there was some type of connection down the line that either the DA was related by marriage to a senator, which that senator was possibly in cahoots with Anna Darko and Nicole and her father and stuff like that. But like I did a poll on my channel too about if you guys were a jury of peers, would you commit Nicole to guilty or non-guilty in a trial?
Yeah.
Like it was like 96% would have said that if this woman was in trial in front of a group of, what is it, 12 jurors? I can't remember.
Yeah.
12 jurors. I guarantee 11 of those jurors would have said guilty.
Absolutely.
Well, just based on the video evidence, the time frame, the all the car,
there's everything. There's so much out there.
Caught on camera. I know that we watched a video also. We were kind of watching a video where it was implying that her best friend, Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole Atkinson.
I watched that.
Did you watch that one? I know. That was a little.
What would be Nicole Atkinson's motive?
They're saying that Nicole Atkinson and Chris Watts were, I guess, had a relationship on the side.
Yeah, I don't.
Chris had a type.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Nicole
saying anything.
Was not. Saying, yeah.
Nicole Atkinson, not to say she's not beautiful. She has her beauty. But it is not in Nicole or in Chris's window of, his window of women was tall, busterous, brunette, and adventurous, because Shanann was adventurous in the beginning before she had kids. But because she had kids, she went into mom mode. But I do not see them. Yeah, no. I don't. Well, I call BS.
The thing that made it hard for me to, and I was telling Gina this when we were watching, it was super hard to follow. It was almost like they were trying too hard to put pieces together, that I was like, hold up, wait a second. What's going on here? I don't even see what they're pointing at right here.
What is
happening here with the movie? And I even told Gina on the one where they were like, oh, look at Nicole, the friend. Look at her car. If she didn't know what happened with Shanann, wouldn't she have come up to the house to ask, when she saw the cop cars there, to ask if they found Shanann? My thing, and I said this to Gina, I said, if that was my friend and I saw the police activity, I'd be the same way. I'd be down the street looking, seeing, are they getting him? Even if I didn't know, I didn't know what was happening, I would not pull up to the house. I'd be that nosy little best friend going, what's happening down there? Are the cops getting him? Is he getting arrested? I wouldn't want to be in the middle of it. I wouldn't go jumping over there and interrupt their investigation for my questions.
They even said something about the son.
Yes.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, we had, which I'm sure it might be the same listener that sent it to you. He sent it to us, and I just told him, I said, I feel like we would have to go back to the very beginning of his videos on this, because I was super confused. And I think that it would be something I'd have to watch from the very beginning. And also, I don't know if it's like a robot or some sort of AI that's talking in the video, but it's very like all run on sentences. There's no start and stop. And they talk very fast, and it's just, I'm like, hold on. We kept pausing it. We kept having to pause it because I'm like, what are they talking about?
Just to process the information, we had to pause it.
Yeah.
And then when we went to the page, I was like, you realize like they have like, why you know, the neighbors' videos are fake. Episode 282. I'm like, there are like, we'd have to be sitting here for a year to catch up on these videos. Like, how am I supposed to process all this information? There's so much. So it
I
was
mean, they were even looking at the crack that was on the truck.
Yeah.
They're like, look, the truck or the crack is there, but when it's nighttime, the crack is gone. I'm like, because there's different lighting and the camera can't see the crack. I'm like, why are we worrying about the crack when we're supposed to be worrying about what's over here with the possibility of people over here?
Have you just out of curiosity seen Nicole Atkinson's YouTube channel?
I have. Yep, I did. I was going to start introducing some of her stuff. People wanted me to look into her interview that she had with her and her son.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about starting into that genre, but again, the way that I look at it is if it wasn't for Nicole Atkinson, I feel like we would have never gotten Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
This would have been a whole different scenario. We would have never found her, and Chris would be probably living his life with the insurance money with Nicole. Until she got bored. But because of her, the whole plan got foiled, and he didn't have time to get rid of things because he was washing clothes and he was cleaning up house. And Shanann always said that she was the one that did that because Chris didn't like tidying up because he wanted to come home from work and play with the kids and not deal with that unless it was the weekend. And this was not on a weekend. This was on Monday.
Yeah.
So again, I called BS on the whole Nicole Atkinson being involved with Chris.
And she makes a very interesting comment on one of her videos when she's talking, and she basically puts out there how much she hates people that make all these videos about it. And she says basically like read the discovery and nobody will ever know what happened that day.
Unless I feel like we get a new DA.
Yeah.
And we did, I feel like if they do some more investigation, I think the truth will eventually come out. We just need somebody who is willing to put in the time and the money to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, for sure.
I lost my train of thought. My wife brought in some food.
Sweet of her. Hi, wife.
It just bothers me because there's some people that say get over it. I know we've touched the subject before, but again, it's not like we're bringing up photos of Shanann being dead and deceased and we're showing all this stuff. I wholeheartedly, and I've said this before, I don't know what it is inside me, but I feel like I know something, but I don't know something. Like I feel this burning sensation that I know that she's not innocent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta fight for it. And obviously I'm not touching a sore subject with Frankie or his family, because I guarantee there's people out there that have seen my videos and he's on Facebook or YouTube as well. Because I'm not trying to say anything about when you type in Google, but a lot of my videos pop up nowadays. And it's just, I'm respectful. I keep it how it is. I mean, you ladies do the same thing.
Yeah.
We just say the facts, we just say what we're finding, what we see,
and just voice our opinion, and we're all allowed to do that.
We're not coming up with crazy theories and stuff.
And God knows there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah. I mean, there's theories I've heard that apparently Chris was sleeping with the babysitter and Shanann was also involved. I guarantee that woman did not want any part of a threesome. That woman wanted to live her life with her kids. Yep. And like I sat there and said, I was like, how dare you, for the people that sit there and blame Shanann because she was a controlling woman. That woman was very independent. She was driven. She knew what she wanted. She was willing to do anything. It's Chris's fault, but for being that shy, secluded man. Yeah. When she was the one that was out there busting her butt. I think they even said that she made more than Chris.
Yeah, she made more than Chris. And it's his insecurities. And that's, and when you do look, and I'm not going to say anything bad about men or anything like in general, But when you do look up like the reasons why men cheat, one of the number one reasons are their insecurities. And he did have that. He was overweight prior. All of a sudden he loses weight. He starts feeling a little bit good about himself. She's making more money than he is. Some girl pays him attention while his wife is out of town. And all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
Hell, for Shanann, I would have done anything and everything for that woman. I would have been like, oh, you want some milk? Let me go get that. You want your feet rubbed? Okay, here we go.
You're taking care of the family.
I mean, yes. You're in a commitment with the family. Yeah, okay, she's a little boisterous, but you help each other out and stuff like that. And he just wanted to give up and be with Nicole because she didn't tell him what to do.
Well, you know what, though? The funny thing is, eventually, if he would have left Shanann, eventually, if he would have left Shanann, she would have became the same type of woman because
absolutely
the same type of woman. Once she got him, she would have been controlling him because she was already controlling him, just in a sweeter, gentler way.
Because it was all new. They're still in the honeymoon phase.
She was a manipulator. She was manipulating the whole scene, and he just was like, "Yes, I'll say whatever you want. I mean, or do whatever you want," kind of thing.
When you're the mistress, you're the sweet one on the side.
Yep.
You know, and then afterwards, you know, you can be who you really are.
Yeah.
So, and look at based on how she's tweeting, you know, no.
She's happily married with Jim.
She's a little bossy, I take from that little bio right there. She's a little cocky. but on a serious note, yeah. I just think that he did not do it without her assistance because there is no way he would have made a decision like that. Yes. There's no way he would have made a decision like that without having the backup and the support from the woman he loved.
Right.
Or I think why he was crying in the courtroom when his sentencing happened is because he was crying that, he's going to prison for life, but he didn't kill his daughters. He knows who killed his daughters because he couldn't do it, I feel.
Yeah.
But I also feel that somebody broke Bella's lip. They broke that little piece right here because I went over the autopsy. I don't know if you guys saw those videos I posted. But I went over them very fine tooth comb and now people are thinking that Shanann wasn't killed this way. She was killed this way.
Oh.
Because they feel like they came from behind because there was more pressure on this side. Well, your biceps right here.
Yeah.
So your bicep could do that where, I mean, I thought it was like this with her on top and I thought it was the thumb because your thumb is going to be stronger than these fingers.
Yeah.
I feel. So they're thinking that he came from behind her and
surprised
that. Because she didn't struggle, he said. I don't see that he said something about that she sat there and was like saying a prayer or something.
No.
If you're being choked, you're either one, fighting for it, or two, you didn't know it was coming and you have no way to get off and you're kind of passing out and you're trying to.
It would make more sense that way because he made it sound like I got on top of her. I sat on top of her. She was looking at me and she just prayed. To me, it makes more sense that she got behind him because I think a coward, he would not look at her eyes. He wouldn't look at her and kill her.
That makes sense. He's a coward about it. Like he put bags and pillowcases over her face because he knew when he killed her, he didn't want to look in her face.
He didn't want to look at her. Yeah. So what makes me believe that you sat over her and watched
looking at her
screen out of her? You didn't do that because I can see it if it was in the middle of a huge old fight and you're pissed and you go on top and he does it because he's in anger mode, but it was all planned.
Yeah.
I just don't
or
see.
They had sex that night. They didn't have nothing.
No.
He didn't want nothing with her anymore. He was having too much snooky with Nicole. Yeah. He didn't want anything with her, so she got mad and was like, who is it? Like, why don't you want it with me? That's when he spouted out. I do think that she possibly had mentioned it's over, like, you're not going to see the kids. I think she might have done that, like, as a fit of rage because she wanted to fix her marriage. But again, I don't think she did it as in, like, bluntly, like, terrifying him. But he kind of freaked out to the point where, but it's still planned. But he freaked out because he's like, well, I don't want to pay child support. I don't want to pay for alimony. I don't want to pay for half the house. if I kill her, then I won't have to worry about this, and this, and I can get the insurance money. This was all planned.
Yeah, it had to have been.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
Yeah, I don't think it was a spur of the moment. I think just because of the movements of Nicole as well, if there was no surprise in her movements, no, like it was like, I don't know. I'm thinking of the way, like if I had a boyfriend and he murdered his wife and it was not planned and I had no clue it was going to happen, 911.
Oh yeah.
Driving to his house at 6:15 in the morning, waiting for him to knock me off because I found out about it.
She had a watch. She had a phone. You couldn't tell me if she had that on. She wasn't. I mean, there's a help assistant button on there. I've seen. So she had obviously taken all this stuff off. She probably had taken a shower, because when I come home from the airport and all that stuff, I want to get all that crap off me, because God knows what's on there.
Yeah.
She didn't have pants on, so she was in the midst of probably coming out of the shower or something to that effect, and she didn't see it coming, and she was taken by surprise, and he was a coward about it, like you said, and he took her out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if she knew about it, she could have kicked his ass. To be honest with you.
To be honest, that woman definitely seemed like she was pretty like boisterous woman that she could have.
And she would have put up a fight.
She would have put up a
fight.
There would have been DNA, scratch mark. There would have been a whole lot more than just a few little.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I don't feel like there's like with the like his legs, his feet, his arms. That man had no scratches on him.
No.
Yeah.
So how the hell did you do this without any defensive wounds? Obviously, we found out there was no like chloroform, there was no drugs, there was no alcohol or anything that was in her system. But the only way that I could think of at this point now that could have resulted in it is he came from behind her and surprised her.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense.
And then also, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm moving stuff around at my house that's even a little bit heavy, I get bruises on my arms sometimes. I get knocked around. You're telling me you carried a body by yourself into a truck, up over, lifted it, put it in there without anything getting on your body.
Well, like I said, that woman was at least 140 pounds with baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pick that up, but I'm struggling.
But you're also talking somebody that's deceased. Dead weight is different.
Yeah.
She's not holding on to you.
No. They're not helping you at all. That's just dead weight.
And you're walking out the front at 5 o'clock in the morning and you're just carrying this person outside and nobody sees you.
Yeah. And she was a healthy, fit woman. And I'm going to tell you, Gina, she's a tiny little thing when you see her in person, but I'm going to tell you, Gina half the time is not 140. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, I don't want to put you on blast or anything, but no,
I weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think Gina's the same size as Shanann?
I'm a lot shorter than her.
She's a lot shorter too.
So I'm saying, like, when you say,
I'm 5'2".
Yeah, when I'm saying she's 140, I don't think Shanann was 140. When I see the video of her walking in, I'm gonna say at least 175. Weight. And not saying that she was because that's not overweight on her height, 5'6", and she's probably pretty because she looked fit. She looked solid in her photos, but she didn't look tiny. She had the hip.
She was with child. I mean, her
and she was pregnant.
I mean,
I'm gonna say 160, 175 around that.
Still, that's quite a bit. I mean,
and
my wife
pick her up. Yeah,
my wife is, I think, 120. Sometimes she can be a thick woman. I mean,
you know, I'm like, and granted, you know, the videos might make her look a little bit heavier, like based on, you know, her coming in and out of the house. And
photos add 10 pounds. I mean,
the photo might make her look a little bit heavy, but one time Gina told me she told me she was 140 one time, and I'm like, Gina, there's no way you're like at 120. She's like, she's 5'2". She's like, no, I weigh 140, and she's a Gina's tiny, you know, and
I just don't, I don't know.
You guys should make a video where you guys are dragging each other around your guys' houses, just seeing if you guys can possibly do it.
Maybe I'll see if we'll try to carry each other out.
Or like your husband, let's see if he can like just pretend like you're dead weight and like try to go upstairs.
I I'm gonna tell you, my husband is 6'2", and when I go dead weight on him, he cannot move me. He cannot move me. And and he's 6'2", 280, 290 pounds. He goes to the gym every day.
He's a beefy
lifts
boy.
weights. He can lift things, and he cannot lift me. If he had to drag my body, he would probably need help as well. Or
That's why it's
a struggle. Yeah.
It's got to be 2 people or more.
Yeah,
I still don't
definitely.
think it's more.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, without a doubt.
but then again, I mean, at 140, he could probably flip Gina up and over and twist her. I'm not Gina's size, so
Yeah.
No, but when you're talking dead weight, it's a lot different though to just lift somebody up,
Mhm.
because I lift kids all day at work.
That is true.
And there have been times I've had to lift kids that are almost 200 pounds.
Holy crap.
And I probably couldn't lift somebody that's 100 pounds dead weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're, like he said, like they're not hanging on to you. They're not,
They're not existing.
exactly. It's different.
And he said he had to go through, or he had to go downstairs, which was how many stairs? Then he had to go through the living room, the hallway, then the garage, through there. That's why I still think it's in the basement.
Yeah.
And
No.
they took out the back door or back window.
I just think there'd be more marks on his body.
Exactly.
On his
Well,
hand,
Definitely.
on his, yeah.
Well, even bringing him out, you can't tell me he didn't hit himself on something, or he hit her, or
Yep.
postmortem,
sure.
or
Something.
And going out to bed, not only that, but he had to lift them to put them in tanks. He had to bury them out there. And you're going to tell me he did that all on his own?
he murdered his family. He took him out there. He dug the hole that was 4 feet deep by himself. He did
And
all
that's not
this
easy to
within
do either.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
And he made it back to go meet the police.
Yeah.
And honestly, and you guys tell me on the timeline, because sometimes I get really confused. But when he went back to go meet the police, he was coming back from there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. In different clothes.
In different clothes, but the man did not look dirty.
Nope.
The man did not look like he was out there digging.
He
The
was
man,
not sweating. He was not
no.
dirty.
And this is in August.
And I looked at the weather. It was between 86 to 92 degrees that day, and for 3 days.
There you go.
I'm sweating my butt off.
Thank you. Dehydrate. You would have been able to see him. So then my question is, and this is the first time I'm going to bring this up, because I know that he had them wait a while, did he stop anywhere to take a shower? And if he did, where did he stop?
Probably Nicole's house.
Oh
Yeah, who knows?
you know what? I never thought of that.
But again, did they go to her house? Did they go to his house? Did they test there could have been showers at Anadarko.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
with
True.
the dirt, the blood, the whatever. Ooh.
I mean, there's construction sites that my dad goes to that they have showers there because the guys get dirty. I mean, you got oil, you got cement, you got all this stuff. So
You want to shower before you go home.
Yeah, they have the option. I mean, when I was in the military, we had showers at the headquarters. We could take showers before we go home. So they could have showered there. All the evidence was gone.
Yeah.
What did he do with those clothes, though?
They found him in a garbage can.
Okay, they did. Okay,
They did find him, but they didn't test him.
because he copped to it. So
Yeah, everything. Like nothing.
that's really
But
why
they found out that they were
Yeah.
going to go after and they were going to start doing more interrogations on Nicole. That's when he was like, "Yep, I did it all."
Yeah. No, they let him know. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I mean, we can make more parts of this.
Yeah. Let's break it down some more. Well, you know what's funny, as many times as we talk about that, there's certain things as we're talking through it, more
new things come up. Yeah.
And that's why people are like, "Well, can you guys stop doing this? Because you're not going to find anything out." I'm telling you, every single day, there's something small that pops up and you're like, "Wait a minute. Holy crap. That actually makes sense." Or, "Where did this come from?" Or, "Holy crap, this is over here. Why?" Like, I'm finding things out every single day.
I've listened to his jailhouse interview and I'm really curious. I'm going to go back and listen to it again because maybe I missed it, maybe I overlooked it. But I know how he talked about what he did with the girls, how he took them out there, what happened at the house, his version of events. But I really want to listen to the fact that what happened in between that drive from the crime scene to the house to meeting the cops, because I do want that little piece answered. I don't know. I don't know if it's significant or not, but
It might be.
when did he have time to change his clothes? Why didn't he look dirtier or sweatier than he was? What because they had the other footprint at the crime scene. Why wasn't that looked into further? But I just want to know, like, walk me through the steps, please, Chris, on what happened from after, because everybody was focused on what happened up until they put him in the tank, but what happened after? And then when you went to go meet the cops, because we know what happens when he gets there because of the video, but what's all that time in between? I am curious whose house he
Even
went
the GPS in his truck, you can't tell me he didn't stop for coffee, he didn't stop for a drink, wash his hands, somewhere where they could have stopped so that they could find out, oh, he went to this gas station. Let's look at the camera for when he went inside. What was he wearing? When he left, he was wearing jeans, white shoes, a black t-shirt. But when he showed up to go talk to the police officers, he's got a gray shirt on. He's got jeans on, but boots.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe he has a locker at work. I'm just like, I don't know how they did it, but that's a lot of planning, because if he did it in the spur of the moment, like he's trying to claim, like he didn't think he didn't know it was going to happen. He did it. How did he know to take a change of clothes? Because he didn't know that the cops were going to be at his house.
He said he always brings clothes with him.
Okay.
Which I could understand.
Honestly, playing devil's advocate, I could understand.
Okay.
At the same time, I mean, like, he could have had a whole pair of clothes and that helped him. But again, like you said, he probably washed it, or like I said before, he could have washed it all away, went to Nicole's house, because Nicole's house was not far away from Anadarko.
Yeah.
And like the whole phone pinging, I literally went through her phone records. The only day that she ever pinged in Frederick, Colorado was the morning of the murder. And some TikToker came at me and said, you don't know what you're talking about, because she goes to work and she probably pinged that morning. There's 5 different ways to go to Anadarko from her house. And all the times that she went to his house, she never pinged once.
Yeah. No.
So I call bullcrap on that too.
Yeah. Oh, well, Gina, do you believe in coincidences?
Nope.
We don't believe in coincidences.
Nope.
No, it was intentional. So, okay. Wow. I mean,
this is our 3rd video, but I don't think we're going to be done ever.
Not until she's behind bars.
Yeah.
Not until at least they bring charges against her. We can't guarantee that she will go behind bar, but can we at least get her in
somebody to look into this?
Exactly. I mean, look at Gypsy Rose. She didn't kill her mom. She just told her boyfriend, if you don't do this, we can't be together.
Yeah.
And he did it.
Couldn't Nicole have said the same thing?
Yeah.
We don't have that, but she did not, like Gypsy Rose said, I didn't commit the murder, but in some states it would have been accessory to murder.
Yeah. Just not in her state.
So in Colorado, which Nicole could have gotten accessory to murder, they just didn't look into her as much. She could have done at least 15 to 20 years for tampering with evidence, deletion of this, lying to police officers. And she could have at least done, I wouldn't say life, but she could have got 10 to 20.
Oh, for sure.
Some time for something. Like
something. Just acknowledge that she was involved. Just acknowledge that she was involved and he wasn't in this by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, she might not have been the one who actually did the murder, but
Chris does say that he will take things to his grave about Nicole.
Yeah, of course he will.
So,
well, I'm hoping a few more years in prison. That's not the case. So we'll see.
Maybe one day, or with the DA new votes, or with the DA being voted this year, DA Rourke will not be in there
Yeah.
because the elections are this year for 2024. And hopefully people that are watching that live in Colorado, you have a job to do. And the way to do this is not for him to be in office.
Yeah.
You can use your voice by voting. So
yeah, use your voice.
Yeah.
So
100%.
But like I always say, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to these lovely ladies. I haven't looked at how far you guys have come so far. I mean, I watched one of your videos the other day, but I
Or
didn't
like
see how
2,700, I think.
almost a 3. Okay.
Yeah, we're working our way. We're working our way.
Working
We're
way.
there. You too. Congratulations.
No.
I was like,
I
I
mean,
haven't seen it again. The yay, the get. I'm like, yes, you go.
We're almost at 50, so we're almost to the first
Giveaway.
milestone. So I can give away one of those MetaQuest virtual reality headsets, and then I changed it so that instead of at 100, I'm going to do it one at 75, and then one more at 100. So just so we don't have to wait till 100.
Yeah. No, that'll be
That's
exciting.
awesome. Good for you.
But like I said, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to these lovely ladies. Watch their content. They just don't do Chris Watts. They're doing, I think you guys just posted one on Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
And we're doing one on Erica Alonso. I don't know if you've heard of her, but it's a case over here in California where a girl was murdered and they deemed it a drug overdose, but she was found with her body wrapped up and dumped. And they're letting it go. Like they don't even have anybody for disposing a corpse. So we're talking to the
that's
family.
messed up.
Thank you. Like you can't say it's a drug. And she was found 10 miles from her car.
First of all, hold on. Let me surrender myself.
Right.
And then let me drug overdose and let me throw myself over here.
Let me drink alcohol and then take the date rape drug myself.
Yeah.
Willingly.
And then these guys and these police officers
drive me out to the canyon, and then I'm going to walk in the saran wrap for the next 10 miles and dump myself into a ravine.
While being intoxicated.
Yeah, and with GHB in my system.
I'm lucky if I can walk straight sober.
Exactly.
They literally say, because she was like 110 pounds, that would knock her out.
She would have been out.
She had in her, knocked her out.
Yep.
And for the police not even to even go after anybody for disposing of a corpse is ridiculous. And neighbors even said that they heard her arguing with her boyfriend.
So look at him.
He went missing. Oh no, but he was cooperative in the beginning. So we just,
overlooked it. He's good.
Oh, he was cooperative.
gosh.
He came to us and said that he did see her and they had an argument. And they hung out with another couple that night too. So and that couple came forward with the exact same story as the boyfriend. So therefore, see, they're cleared. It's a lot. The family's trying to raise money for a private detective. There's a few podcasts that are behind them, a few YouTubers that have gotten behind them. And so the sister of the victim is coming on to it. We're interviewing her tomorrow. And she's
definitely send me a link because I'll get on that train because I would like to defend a woman that pretty much did not have it coming.
No.
So please send me the link and I'll do my video on her tomorrow then too.
Perfect. Yes. We're definitely going to get that from her tomorrow so that we can have that posted for everyone.
All it is nowadays is just laziness.
I don't understand. I don't understand it.
You signed an oath to protect the United States from foreign and domestic, inside and out.
Yep.
So
yeah,
we're not going to get all the bad guys. You dang well better get the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really close to home to us. So, it's not too far from where we live. So we definitely, the story was brought to us by I have Gina's my best friend. I have one other friend. I had two friends. And so, but my other friend, her brother brought it to our attention because he's really been trying to help the family get the word out there. So he asked us to see if we can try to
send it to me. I'll do some work myself.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having us. We really absolutely enjoy it every single time and have a blast doing this.
I enjoyed it. I don't want to do this by myself. I thought I would bring you ladies in on this one too again.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah, thank
Love
you.
it.
But again, like I said, the third time, go subscribe on the channel, and we'll see you guys in our next videos.
See you later. Bye.